has done it. Well, I wouldn't say 4 times. They've done it 3 times. Because look, 3 times is a dynasty. And with a dynasty, other franchises are aiming to take your spot. Joe, I know you had something in mind when you came up with this question. I know you. What AFC team will be the biggest threat to Mahomes?
Okay, so the obvious answers are Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson. But I'm gonna go left field with this one. Okay. I'm going to say, Tomo, the team that can threaten the Chiefs the most for the future,
Don't do it.
Houston Texans.
Oh.
You don't want to say the Commanders? Nah.
No. I thought you was gonna say the Bills.
Oh no.
Okay.
The Texans can be what the Bills were supposed to be. Let me tell you how. One thing that CJ Stroud is, like even Blaze thought that. No, Josh Allen.
I'm telling you.
All right, look. So shout out to Blaze, man, in the comment section. So what's Josh Allen known for, Tomo?
Turnovers. Oh,
Turnovers. What CJ is known for?
touchdowns.
Taking care of the ball. Led the NBA. Led the NFL with the least amount of interceptions. Also led the NFL with the most. He had what's the number? I got it on my phone somewhere. But he led the NFL with the most deep passes, whatever, with no interceptions, by the way, right?
Wow.
So CJ is a lot in the NFL, right? Your rookie year, minimum tape on you. You know what I mean? We got to go over what you did in college. If you come out second year blazing, that's when we know, like, yeah, they serious. Like Mahomes, first year starting, won MVP. Second year he didn't win MVP, but he got back to the Super Bowl. So we were like, okay, this dude is serious, right? So I think CJ offensively, he don't even have the weapons nearly as good as the Chiefs right now, right? We both feel like they can make a move this year to either get Stephon Diggs or Mike Evans. Remember we all had those conversations.
Yeah.
They wanted a big receiver. I look at they roster, Tomo. They're fairly young. Their best skill players are young. We all know CJ. CJ is young, right? CJ is 22 years old. You got Damian Pierce, 23 years old. You got Nico Collins, 24 years old. Tank Dell, 24 years old. These boys are young, man. On the defensive side of the ball, Will Anderson, 22 years old. Derek Stingley, 22 years old. Jalen Petrie, 24 years old.
Defensive player of the year. Defensive rookie player of the year, Will Anderson. Make sure you say that.
Offense and defense, right? So I think that, and then you got D'Amico Ryans, this is why I said they're the Bills, because the Bills got a defensive-minded head coach. So does the Texans. Defensive-minded head coach, D'Amico Ryans. So we know the defense is going to be stout his whole tenure being there. The offensive coordinator is from the Shanahan tree. So it's a guy who knows what he's doing. He's going to be a head coach soon. And guess what? When he gets promoted, because his assistant coach also from the Shanahan tree, his quarterback coach, all that stuff, right? So he's going to get promoted. They're going to keep that lineage right there, right, with CJ Stroud. CJ is going to improve. He's a mature quarterback as a rookie. So I think they could potentially challenge the Chiefs. I think the Bills, on the other hand, man, these dudes got a lot of guys on the cap who needs new contracts. A lot of guys coming back from injury. I mean, their roster is not going to be the same next year. If they have the same guys, it won't be the same. All these Tre'Davious Ward get hurt every year. All right. You got that going Von Miller. I mean, he's aging. He's getting hurt all the time. Mulatto, he stay hurt too. Like these dudes keep getting hurt. All right. So
secondary be banged up at times. Yep.
All the time, man. Right. So I'm going to say the Texans.
Man, that's definitely coming out of left field.
Yeah,
once I read this and I was like, if he say the Bills, and that's the only team he say, we gonna have to go back and forth today. But you didn't. I had a list, and I'm going in order. Who's the biggest threat? Number 1, the Chiefs, because at this point, the only people that can beat you is themselves, because they already showed you we led the league in drops and still found a way to get here. There were several people who thought this team couldn't even make the playoffs. Now, boom, they get in the playoffs. Then they go up against They was on the road, first time in the playoffs. So every game they were an underdog, or people were like, well, can Mahomes do it away from Arrowhead? He went up to Buffalo. Can he do it? That was a close game. He did it. You go up against Lamar and the momentum that the Baltimore Ravens had. They had the wellness center, the music, everything was going on, man. Baltimore, they was getting stupid, dummy. And then he found a way to win that game. Now you find yourself in Vegas against another one of the best teams in the NFL, because some people would say it was the Ravens after the Ravens beat the 49ers. So there was a little hierarchy there. And you get shut out in the first quarter, then you really don't. I think, like we said, they scored one touchdown the entire game.
Lost the turnover back. Oh, it was tied 2-2. Never mind.
Yeah, and still find a way to win. Drive the ball down with the new overtime rules. So you don't even need to worry about the rules, because I'm gonna go out there and score. Boom, wins the game. So I say that. And I think Chris Jones came out and said, I want to come back. I don't know about this free agency stuff. I want to actually be here. So they probably worked that out. The second team, and the only reason I put them second is because this guy actually beat Mahomes.
Which is fair. I think he probably is the biggest threat, though.
Is the Bengals. But the biggest threat to him is now health. If Burrow can stay healthy, then he can be a bigger threat. So that's why I only put them at number 2, because of that. One, he already knows how to play up against them. The Bengals, they do have a team. They got to figure out, they talking about franchising T. Higgins, but they got to figure that situation out, because you want T. Higgins and Chase to be there, figure out your run game, boom, defense, y'all back at it. The third team was the Ravens.
Okay. Yeah.
I got to say the Ravens. And the only reason I'm saying the Ravens, and it's not one of the only reasons, but is Lamar. Lamar he has to learn from his mistakes. He already knows what it takes to go up against Mahomes. He got a 1-4 record against the Chiefs, but what goes to say that they don't add some more weapons as a wide receiver core? They already can run the ball. The defense is already hungry. You seen in that playoff game that the defense showed up. They just needed Lamar to lose his legs a little bit more. Then boom, they probably win that game. That shows you right there that they're a potential threat. You throwing out Houston knocks out my last team, so I don't even gotta say their name. I was gonna say the Bills, but that's only because the media puts them up there so much that they are a threat. But technically, I'd rather talk about Houston now, or let's throw another curveball out there. I think if Miami can figure it out, can figure it out, that's my dark horse.
Tua ain't the guy to do that. Unless he improves. I don't know. Like the way he is now. I don't know.
Hit me out, Joe. It may take a year. I don't know. But the Chargers, we may have to talk about the Chargers.
John Harbaugh, yeah.
We may have to talk about
my bad, Carl. Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah. We may have to talk about them. But I'm not mad at the Houston one. I like what they got going on down there. My only pushback on Houston is the sophomore slump. You know, because they say players hit a rookie wall, and then they talk about the sophomore slump. It's the second year. We got the film on him now. Can he actually progress? Are they going to add more pieces around him? We going to see. I like everything they have, though. Maybe switching teams at some point. I'm not going to Houston, but I'm just saying I am rooting for them now. It's a rivalry, but I am rooting for them to win.
You know what's funny? The top 3 teams you name, right? Chiefs, Bengals, Lamar. I mean, I wrote Lamar. That's why. Chiefs, Bengals, Ravens. All right. Bengals have a winning record against the Chiefs. Lamar has a winning record against the Bengals, and the Chiefs have a winning record against the Ravens. It's like a trilogy. It's like a that's a trilogy. It's like a what you call it? Triangle. All right. So it's like Trinity. That's what they call it, right? It's like a triangle, right? So it's like the Chiefs are top. It's like they beating each other, bro. It's like a cycle. Like the Bengals and Chiefs are tied in the playoffs 1-1, but in the regular season, the Chiefs only beat them once in the regular season, I think, and that was without Joe Burrow, by the way. All right. Lamar, on the other hand, he lost to the Chiefs one time, Bengals one time, I think his whole career. And remember, they played the Ravens in the playoffs without Lamar and almost lost that game.
Exactly, which is crazy.
So, and Lamar only beat Mahomes once. You know, he 1-4, like he said. So it's like that's why matchups matter. So like we could see a playoffs when the Bengals run into the Chiefs and knock out the Chiefs, but then the Ravens knock out the Bengals. You know, like you might see that. So, but
now that would be funny. That would be funny.
But I agree with your list, Tomo. I think respectively, these should be the top 3 in order. I just want to throw a little wild card in there. Texans.
Now I like your wild card because as soon as you said that, it made me think of the Chargers. Because
Chargers too are good.
Instantly, when you sent me the question, I thought of rivals right now, like who can get it within this next window, within the 1 to 2 span. I like Houston being probably not next year, probably the year after, and that's why I thought of the Chargers. You give Harbaugh maybe 1 or 2 years with this defense, he get his pieces in, and everything is settled. The Chargers are going to bounce back, and they in their division.
Yeah, and they already struggle with the Chargers. They already do.
Yeah, so
and you Brandon Staley.
And you got Herbert now with the actual offensive coordinator. I'm not going to say too much. I'm saying, man.
Yeah, that's another thing. Bengals might lose some weight. Yeah, they got T. Higgins to worry about losing.
That's why I said they got to make sure they get that situation locked up.
Yeah, true. So, and defensively, they're not the same. That's why I think Texans, like Lamar and them, Ravens defensively, they're good too. They're a little older defensively, I would say, but the Texans defensively are young. They key players are young on the defense side of the ball. Well, they're young too. I would say the Ravens. They key players.
I like those teams a little bit more over the Bengals as far as defense, like you said, because they already have the chemistry there. Because, like you said, the Bengals got to figure it out on defense.
They lost some guys that beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, so it's going to get. And then Frank Clark go back to the Chiefs?
I think so. That was this year?
Yeah, because
he left the Broncos and came back, yeah.
Okay, Frank. Okay, Frank when he got a ring and said, I ain't talking to nobody. Okay.
Yeah, so all right, this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting by next year.
Let us know how you feel in them comments.
Yes, yeah. And then I'm pretty sure this could be a combo that can get carried over to the chat too.
Yep.
All right. But so yeah, y'all. So let's wrap this up, Tomo. My last words. Shout out to Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.